Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. It's your girl Valerie, and I'll be reviewing Love Island Season 8, Episode 19. I'm sorry I couldn't upload my review last night. I was just a bit furious with Tash, and I try not to make too negative remarks on people that I don't know based on just a few minutes here and there, but I think I'm in a better headspace to review today. Um, this episode was mainly focused on Tash and Andrew, Tash and Charlie, and then Charlie and Ekin-su, and um, a bit of Jax, Paige, and Jay. So I'll review the couples because they had a recoupling. So everybody's now with the new partner, and Luca is back to his old partner. It was a bit. It was a bit shady the way people recoupled, and I will give my opinion on every pair that's coupled, and then I'll finish off with the three-way, three-way coupled at the end. Um, to start off with, I think obviously Dami and India was a given. Everybody knew Dami was going to pick India because he's been going after India since India called it quits with Ekena. So that wasn't surprising. We barely heard any of their conversations. We did see them from time to time, sort of in the background, but we barely got to see them talk. And they seem to be getting along okay. I still have reservations in how that relationship was introduced, but that's just me. It's just because everybody else's relationship has been a slow burn and you've actually seen it develop, and yet and Demi just came out of nowhere. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. Hopefully it lasts, but we'll see how that goes. Um, and then from there, we go on to Davide was another person who was in a three-way. So Davide did show interest in Antigonia and into Danica. And for me, sorry, I pronounced the name very badly. I know. Antagonate. Sorry. Um, Davide went on a date in the previous. Well, he was sitting and chatting with Danica in the previous episode, and then gave her a lingering kiss, and said, "Oh, I gave her a piece of Davide because she seemed like she was interested." And everybody was taken aback because this is not what Davide does. So even Danica, I think, had hope that if it came to recoupling, Davide would choose her because she's the one he had kissed. And yet on recoupling, he chose Antigone, and it's just like, so was he playing with her, or is he trying to play it safe? Or are the producers behind this decision because of the drama and because, they want this to carry on so that Davide, doesn't go home if there is suddenly an elimination? Um, and it's really sad for Danica, in my opinion, because this is the second time she's been saddled with somebody who really doesn't want to be with her, but is just with her so that she doesn't go home. And I don't know. It's sad. It's sad. Um, and then Danica obviously ended up with Jax because Paige was taken over by Jay. Um, Jax was honest, just like, well, he was honest, but he was more respectful. Unlike Luca, when Luca was coupled with Danica, because he was very rude with it. Whereas um, Jack said the truth. He said, "I know she hasn't had a chance to form a connection with anyone. I am hoping someone will come in that she'll be able to connect with, and they can, move on from there." And it's really sad that I don't get what the guys don't see in Danica. I think Danica's a great girl. I don't get what they don't see in her, really. I really don't get. I don't get what they're missing. And it's a pity that Ekena went home because maybe she would have ended up pairing with Ekena and they might have actually had a better connection because it seems everybody else is not even interested in attempting to pursue a relationship with her, let alone be in a relationship with her. So I really hope they bring in someone, and whoever comes in, I hope she connects with Danica. From there, Luca was paired with Gemma. Obviously, that's who he's always wanted. So he was happy to be back with Gemma. She seemed pleased, and they seemed happy. And then from there, it was now. Charlie went on a date with Tash, and Charlie went on a date with Ekin-su. Ekin-su, we know because of her falling out with Jay. Jay has told her, or he's shown her that there's no coming back from where we've been. So Ekin-su was pursuing Charlie because she knew that she can't go back to Davide because Davide has said no, even though she's under this false belief that Davide, if she were to go back to him, he would take her. I don't think he would. I think he's still hurt by what she did. So she was pursuing Charlie. Tash was pursuing Charlie, but in a sly way, in the sense that she didn't want to seem very obvious that she was pursuing Charlie. So she made it seem like whatever decisions Charlie was making, they were going to be his own decisions, not because she was encouraging it or because she was interested. Because she initially shut him down, I think, because she thought he'd be interested in somebody else and she didn't want to look like a fool if he didn't pick her. And then when she realized that he really was interested in her, that's when she started letting her guard down and she told Andrew, just before the coupling, be willing to have conversations with Charlie. And I think that's because she felt secure in the knowledge that if he had to choose, he was going to choose her. And Charlie actually spoke to her and said, "How would you feel about me choosing you?" I said, "Well, I leave the ball in your court." And it's like she she wants to go to Charlie, but she doesn't want to make it so obvious, and she doesn't want a situation whereby if Charlie doesn't pick her, then Andrew will say, "Well, I'm not picking you because you are ready to leave me." And so, surprise, surprise, I think Charlie chose Ekin-su because he saw how hurt Andrew was. I don't think he chose Ekin-su because that was his decision. I think either the producers, since Jay had picked Paige, decided not to have too much drama and so decided to sort of let it simmer for a bit. I think for the next recoupling. So Charlie chose Ekin-su. Ekin-su was excited because according to Ekin-su, she had a great date with Charlie and she feels they have a connection. I don't think Charlie's interested. I think Charlie is going to pursue Tash until he gets Tash. And then moving on to Tash, I think Tash is playing games, but how she's playing games is she pretends as though she's not playing games in the sense that every guy that has come into the villa, she has shown interest until she's realized that, oh, the guy is not interested in her, he's interested in somebody else. And then she plays off as though, no, I was never interested in you, sorry. I am content with my relationship with Andrew. And she kept going on, oh, I see myself, I've changed. I'm not the bad bee that I used to be. And it's like, you're exactly the same person you were when you walked into the villa. Nothing has changed about you. And she tried to sort of Andrew, and you can see that Tash is the one who's running their relationship because after she told Andrew that she's willing to explore, to go on another date with Charlie and to have conversations and see how it goes, um, and she saw that Andrew was upset, she then stormed off and was quiet. And soon after, they were called for recoupling. And when you could see she was heartbroken when Charlie didn't pick her, and then she sort of looked at Andrew, waiting for him to pick her. And all the other guys knew that Andrew was upset that she had said she was going to move on. Andrew was disgruntled that when they were in the bottom six, she mentioned that she would go home with him, and they actually said, "How do you go from saying you'll go home with me to suddenly saying you're willing to explore relationships with other people?" That's when Andrew chose her. And when he chose her, Luca and Dami have been there from the beginning. They're the only other guys left from the initial 10 people that walked into the villa. So they are obviously going to stick up for Andrew. And you could see they were shaking their heads in disagreement when Andrew was talking about Tash and how, he was willing to continue, to fight with her and make sure they overcome any challenges that they were facing. Anyway, Tash, when she saw that, was upset, threw a fit, went off and sort of was consoled by Gemma. And it's like, I don't get why she's upset. This is the same thing that India said last time when Ekin-su was crying after Davide caught her making out with Jay, that Tash was upset that she was caught, that she was playing Andrew, and she was called out for it. She wasn't upset for any other reason apart from the fact that the guys saw she was playing Andrew and they called her out on her crap because she then tried to have a conversation with Andrew, and Andrew was trying to sort of apologize on behalf of the guys, and she said no, called him over. And when the guys came over and Andrew tried to sort of pacify the guys, tried to pacify Luca and Dami, um, Tash then talked over him and said, "No, I want them to speak for themselves." And I think she thought in doing that, the guys would apologize to her, and they stood their ground. I have to give it to them because they stood their ground and questioned her and said, it's either you are in this with Andrew till the wheels fall off, or you're not. You can't tell someone you're willing to go home with them, and then the next minute you're willing to explore a relationship with somebody else. I said, "Well, I just wanted to have general conversations, not that I wanted to be in a romantic." And it's like, you're on Love Island, love. So if you're on Love Island, you're exploring romantic relationships. You're not exploring friendships. Um, I don't know how that ends because poor Andrew, he was saying he doesn't like being played and he's looking like a mug, but he's only making things worse for himself by not standing up for himself and not saying to her, even when they were in bed and he was trying to touch her, she was refusing and telling him to leave her alone. I think he needs to move on. I think he needs to move on. Danica is there. She's looking for someone to explore a relationship with. Antigone is there. She hasn't yet settled on anyone. He can explore and have healthy relationships instead of this toxic relationship whereby he's just being emotionally and psychologically, I don't want to say abused, maybe traumatized by someone just because she is playing games and she's looking and looking until the day she finds someone she likes and she's going to dump him. That's just my opinion. And then Jay and Paige, I don't get them. I don't know why Jay is adamant that he sees something with Paige. Paige seems set on Jax, so that's just a hot mess. I think the producers did that because of the way Jax behaved initially when Jay said he wanted to explore things with Paige. Because I don't think Jax thought Jay was that serious until Jax said, "I want Paige to be coupled with Paige," and then that's when he realized that, oh my God, I'm going to lose this girl over, my pride. And so I don't know how it goes really. I don't know how it ends, but it's really sad that you can actually see the hand of the producers that they are orchestrating this, they are orchestrating that, and it's really sad. It's really sad. I wish they could just let it be as authentic as possible. That way, people don't, see every movement that they're making and every decision that they are making on behalf of the participants. But anyway, that's me. I digress. Anyway, thanks guys for watching. See you next time. Bye.